Hi everyone, my name is Michael Wright. I'm the General Manager here at vDiscovery. And with me today is Kieran Grennan, one of our Senior Project Managers. Kieran's also an attorney. And the question was posed to me, and I figured I'd bring Kieran in on this. How soon in the process, or the litigation process, should a eDiscovery professional or someone versed in the eDiscovery process be brought in? Short answer for me is as quickly as possible or as soon as possible. Karen, I'm sure you agree.
Absolutely, yeah.
We have seen very nightmare scenarios, both for our side and for the client, where there are redos, the initial approach wasn't done right, missed deadlines, sanctions are some of the things I have seen. The negotiation of the ESI protocol is a very important piece of the litigation process, especially these days where so many documents exist electronically. And we feel that
collecting them properly matters.
Collecting them properly matters. That's, this is all part of the process that we feel as a vendor and anyone that's versed in lit support process be brought in. It doesn't have to be a vendor, it could be someone internally in a law firm, but they should be contacted as quickly as possible to review the ESI protocol. Some of the things that need to be looked for.
I got a call yesterday from a client. They haven't even gotten to this point of discovery yet, but he just wanted to sort of know what kinds of things he should expect and tell his client. And one of the things I pointed out, I was like, your client is going to they're going to say, I'll just search my email and give you the ones that are responsive. And that almost never works.
Right, that's a big no-no. We totally discourage that. We had a similar situation a few days ago where a client, again, wanted to go in and tag their own emails and run search terms within the Gmail application, and we totally discourage that. We totally discourage self-collection. Documents can be missed. Taking a look at the search terms before even executing them when the negotiation process for the ESI protocol is taking place, because we could opine on, we've seen horror stories where one of the search terms is the custodian name. That obviously leads to every document being a hit. Searches where there's search thing called stop words, where if you run a search that has a word that's excluded from the index, from the standard indexes for the eDiscovery tool, that has to be made aware of to account for that. So all these things, having us be involved, a lot of times the ESI protocol will say, give me communications, and everyone thinks, well, that means emails. In this day and age, that it doesn't always mean just emails.
Right.
Text messages, any kind of communication via any kind of app, those are all discoverable too. If the ESI protocol calls for communication nowadays, that's what it means. It's a much broader net than just emails. So identifying the source of data, again, is stuff that we want to be involved with, or try to, put our 2 cents in. So the earlier we're brought in, back to my original point, the earlier we're brought into the process, the quicker we feel, or the better we could serve the client. We look at ourselves as partners, with the client for the life cycle of the case, not just the vendor, but we want to help them through, to get there as quickly as possible. As I always say, I want our clients to be able to litigate, to, win the case based on the basis of what they do best, which is litigate. Let us do the rest of the work.
And just in terms, like you said, about what to collect, it's amazing how often people say, all right, here's my computer, get all of my email.
Right.
Not realizing that their email doesn't live on their computer.
Right, we see that a lot, where we have to tell the client, yes, emails usually these days are in the cloud or on a server somewhere, so you handing over your device and say, here are my emails, most 99% of the time will not cast, the wide net to get all the emails that are required.
In general, lawyers aren't tech specialists, which makes perfect sense. Like, they went to school for something entirely different.
Right.
So that's the same way that their clients need to consult them for their expertise, and they would tell their clients the sooner they get their lawyer involved, the better.
Right.
We're kind of in the same position to the lawyer.
Right, excellent point. So yeah, as we say, we always stress that a lot of times we're, the last person that's thought of, the last piece of the puzzle that's thought of. All right, now I got to produce by next week. Let's try to find an eDiscovery vendor. That ends up not being cost effective because you're under crunch time, you have to pay overtime, you're probably processing more than you should have because you haven't had the time to actually look at the data to cull intelligently even prior to processing the data or handing the data over to us. So again, the earlier in the process, I keep going back to that, is where we want to be involved. We can give our opinion based on our vast years of experience in this process. The other thing to talk about is the format of the production. A lot of times, oh, we give them whatever we feel like doing, but again, that's not the case, because you also have to think of what you are getting back from the other side. You want a comprehensive deliverable with TIFFs,
And metadata.
searchable text, all the metadata. So if you say I'm just going to give them what I feel like giving, then you have to expect to get that back from them. So a lot of times that doesn't help when you're reviewing documents.
Slowly but surely, I think we're gradually convincing people to stop producing PDFs.
Right.
Because people go, all right, I'm not giving them a box of paper. I get your point how that's not cool.
Right.
So I'm giving them PDFs, not realizing that by giving PDFs, there's no metadata.
Right.
And you don't want to get that when
searchability.
you get a production made to you. So if you start off giving at least basic metadata, then you're in a position to ask for it.
Right. Get a lit support professional involved as early in someone versed in the eDiscovery process as early in the litigation process as possible.